Motherfuckers had to go do something for the family real quick. Let me see. Let's see if this shit work. What's that? Let's see. What is wrong with this shit, bro? Anyway, now I was talking about Scream 3 and shit like that. Good enough for a Scream movie, but it was just like I said, just missing that feeling that the first two films brought. Opening scene, it was alright. Overall, the movie just was goofy. It had some decent chase and kill scenes, and Roman was literally the highlight of the film, aside from Sydney. Well, Gail was as well. This is practically Gail's most. This is Gail's main movie of screen time. This movie, she received the most screen time ever in this franchise, I believe. Aside from Sydney, I mean, like for her character. That's what I mean. For Gail's character, this is the most screen time she's ever received in a movie. Now, there's not much to say about seven. I gotta put obviously. I'm gonna switch 3 and 7. Seven's gonna be the worst one. I'm sorry. It's Oh, I don't know which is worse, 3 or 7. I just don't know what's worse. I'm gonna put Scream 7 on the bottom. Then I'll put Scream 3 above that. Because Scream 3 is still a solid movie. It's just a laughable movie. It's one of those movies that you just can't take serious. As a Scream movie at least. But it's good enough to be one. You know what I'm saying? Now the seventh one, there's not much to go off of for the seventh one. Literally, like I said, it wasn't all that bad of a movie. It had its moments. Obviously I had the opening scene where the guy and his girl was killed at the house. They burned down, Stu Macher's house. They had the house chase scene with Sydney and her daughter Tatum. They had the scene where Sydney's husband Mark was fighting Ghostface. That was cool. Gail running into Ghostface. That was cool. The town chasing, the little bar scene where Ghostface was slicing up everybody. It was pretty decent, and the theater scene it was okay. I'll give it that. The whole slicing the girl's guts open and the off screen kill of the one guy. It was okay. It had its moments, but overall, it just was not a good film. I'm sorry. When they say franchises literally go for cash grabs, they know people are gonna come see it. It literally was this movie. The sixth one obviously was saw as that, but the sixth one was actually good. The seventh one, it just was not good. It's literally seen as a cash grab. Don't get me wrong, it's breaking records. Apparently, it's the highest grossing Scream movie, even though it's the worst one. But yeah, the movie was literally a cash grab. Moving on. Now, aside from those two being the worst ones, I did have a list for this. I'm sorry. Now, Scream 2. I'm gonna put Scream 2 at 5. Now listen. I just rewatched Scream 2 not so long ago. It is probably one of the best Scream movies, top 5, period. It's a really good movie. It's really a good sequel to come after the first one, especially after that perfection of a film of the first one. It was a perfect sequel to the original, had a perfect opening, with Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps. That bathroom scene will always be remembered, him getting stabbed in the ear. The shit literally got referenced in Scary Movie. And motives were decent, compared to, the original. Obviously, the original was a whole, sort of, I wouldn't say revenge, but like a sort of a get back thing, because his family split up. He decided to not only kill the mother, he wants to kill the daughter as well. But then, you look at this one, Mickey's just flat out crazy. And then, you got Billy's mother who wants to kill Sydney, because she killed her son, which is Billy. And yeah, it also has some underrated ghost faces. I will say this. Now, obviously Mickey did most of the killing because the man, like I said, he's already crazy. He was killing before he even became Ghostface. So it's no surprise that he did most of the killing. Now with I believe Nancy Loomis, which is Billy's mother, she had I think her thing was mostly just chase scenes, if we're being honest. I believe she killed. I'm trying to think. I believe she killed Randy and the girl Casey. Well, Cece, I mean, she was in Randy and Mickey's film class in the beginning of the film. That was a gruesome kill. I can't even lie. She got stabbed in the back a couple times. She got thrown off a fucking balcony. Nancy, hey, she only killed 2 people and maybe a couple chase scenes, but her kills are pretty memorable. Give her that. I'll give her that. Even though she wasn't the best Ghostface, her kills are pretty memorable. I will give her that. At least to me. At least to me. I don't know. Yeah. Aside, we're gonna put Scream 7 as Scream 7 as 7, Scream 3 as 6, and then we're gonna put Scream 2 at 5. And then for number 4, I have Scream 5. Now, honestly, what I think that something they did well with Scream 5, but also was a lot for it, was just bringing in a whole roster of new characters and directing the story in a different direction. Now, when it comes to this franchise, like I said not too long ago, it always reverts back to, the first Woodsboro killings in the original. You know what I'm saying? I will say, Scream 5, it was, a really good reset for the whole series because every movie, like I said, always reverted back to the original, and this one does as well. But the motive was literally just them wanting to make another movie because I believe in the movie, the Stab 8 movie dropped in it, and apparently, according to everyone in the film, including Mindy, who was practically a second Randy, because she's the guy's nephew. I mean, she's the guy's niece, for crying out loud. But according to everybody in the film, Stab 8 has to be the worst of the franchise inside the movie. So Richie and Amber's thing was to kind of give Hollywood some new source material. I mean, Richie literally said it. He wanted to give new source material so they can make a good Stab movie. They haven't made a good one since the first one. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, according to his words. Now, like I said, another thing, the thing that they really did with this film that was obviously going to pan out either horrible or good was a lot of the cast members bringing in a whole new roster. I really liked the direction they did, with Sam being Billy's daughter. Now you go back to the first one. This nigga Billy was horny as fuck. I can't even lie. This nigga was talking about fucking not all the damn time, but he wanted to lose his virginity bad, bad. I mean, well, now that we know he was already doing some shit with somebody else, which was Sam's mom, and got her pregnant. I wonder if he knew that. I don't know. Maybe he did know that. Maybe he didn't know that. Who knows? But yeah, you go to this, and with Sam being his daughter, I really liked the whole direction they took with Sam being his daughter, and aside from the direction in this film, to me, at least when it first came out, and you know how a lot of trailers make it very easy to predict what's going to happen in the film. Not just with the Scream franchise. They do that with a lot of franchises now. You practically you can just see the whole movie and what's going to happen just off a 2 minute trailer. Now with this, I remember when this trailer first dropped for this movie and when it first came out, I did a lot of predicting. Now, for me, I always thought it was going to be three different people, and out of those two people, I guessed I was right. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be four people actually, not four killers, but like four different people. I could guess it was probably one of them at least. I thought obviously Richie. Richie's one of the killers. Obviously, I thought Amber. Well, Amber's one of the killers as well. I thought Liv. I think it was well, we'll just call it Liv. Yeah, Liv. I thought she was going to be one of the killers. Then I thought Wes was going to be one of the killers. And that goes back to the staring thing, I thought. You know what I'm saying? The whole side-eye staring thing. A lot of these people doing these movies, they just give you that vibe like, oh, yeah. Gotta watch his ass. I really got the vibe from those. Now, Chad and Mindy, it was just highly unlikely. Especially since they're related to Randy. It was just like, that's just completely off the board. What would be the reason y'all killing people? Like, but after what happened in the seventh movie, anything's possible at this damn point because ain't no fucking way. But yeah, and then obviously just Richie and Amber being the killers. Amber's reveal was peak. I don't care what nobody says. Her shooting Liv in the head. Welcome to Act 3. That shit was hard. I can't even lie. That shit was hard. It threw me off guard like a motherfucker. And Richie being a killer, that shit shocked me, but it wasn't that damn shocking. Now the whole film, I didn't think he was, but towards the the whole house shit, he was just acting completely suspicious, especially when he said he think Tara one of the killers. Nigga, if you're saying how she got done in the beginning of the film, you like, how the fuck them? I'm sorry, Jenna. Well, Jenna Ortega's never gonna see this, but Tara character, how the hell would a motherfucker who got stabbed numerous times, got her ankles stomped on, thrown around, be a killer? How? You just saying shit, bro. Once he said that, I was like, oh yeah. Ain't no way. Especially after the whole hospital sequence, you really think she going around stabbing motherfuckers? Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. But yeah, I would say Scream 5, peak film in my opinion. It was good to reset the whole franchise. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Pretty solid film. I don't understand the hate for it. It's a good film in my opinion. I don't care what nobody says. It is a great film in my opinion. Number 4, that's obviously Scream 5. But the third best one out of the whole franchise, in my silent opinion, is Scream 4. Now, something I really was shocked with. When Scream 4 first dropped, if I'm being real, I was terrified of horror movies. I did not want to see any. Well, my horror limit, I'm gonna think, was probably like Halloween H2O or some shit, or maybe like the first one. We talking about like 1978. Those is like my horror limit, and maybe like Child's Play or some shit. Other than that, I couldn't do no horror movies. And then you finally get into these things. I don't know. I will never understand why I was scared to Scream. And Nightmare on Elm Street. Why the fuck was I scared of those? Anyway. And when Scream first came out, apparently it received a lot of backlash for how they the gore in it, how aggressive it was, and the lighting in it. I really thought the lighting in the movie was cool. It really set the tone for the rest of the movie. You got this, this early 2010s movie. You got decades. You're trying to put on a new setting for the film because obviously the first 3 films give you that late 90s feeling. Even though the third film was in 2000. I mean, that ain't nothing but like a year after the 90s fucking ended. But still, I don't get why it received a lot of backlash. It had great reveals. The intro was pure. It did throw me off at first because you had a movie inside of a movie inside of a movie. But you go back, they bleed like a lot in this movie. Like, I mean, like one simple stab. I'm talking about like. I mean, if we're being real, that would happen in real especially how deep they be stabbing motherfuckers in these films, that would happen in real life. But why was motherfuckers just bleeding so much in this movie? I mean, like one little poke, you got a whole flood of it just flying right out of you. Like I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, the lighting for the film was great. A lot of people hated that, and I believe I said in the previous stream that the motives for Jill was, her jealousy for Sydney. That was okay. That was cool. That was cool. And honestly, she's probably one of the top 3 killers in this entire franchise because whole time she almost got away with the shit. Over anybody else. Most motherfuckers in these movies, they do a lot of talking. For some reason, when it comes to the end, they want to talk to their last fucking victim. I don't get that. That gives them enough time to think what to do with your ass. You could have been just capped them. Jill did a lot of talking, don't get me wrong. But she made sure nobody got in the fucking way. I mean, nobody. So she has to be probably top 3 ghost faces in the Scream franchise because, like I said, she almost got away with the shit. And first time watching, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Sidney was done for. Stabbed her twice in the stomach, and she somehow survived that. But if we're being real, if Sidney got killed off like that, it would have made the franchise go downhill. I mean, Sidney is Scream. Without Scream, without Sidney and Scream, what is this franchise for? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it would have been fucked up if they killed her. But yeah, Scream 4 was a solid movie. It had decent motives. It had a decent ghost face. Everything about it was peak. Probably the best third act in all of the Scream movies, in my opinion, at least. Movie, I'll give it a 9 to 10. I'll give it a 9 to 10. Now, the second best Scream movie, in my solid opinion, I did see this one in theaters as well. It's probably Scream 6. Now, a lot of people were going into this movie with hate, especially how they did Neve Campbell. Apparently, she was released. Well, she quit because I'm guessing it's because of some sort of pay dispute. They wouldn't pay her enough, or her contract was renewed, or some shit like that. But for a person who pretty much makes this franchise entertaining, they did really well without her in the movie. They did so well. I forgot Sidney was even a topic in this movie. Real talk. I mean, yes, they brought her up, but still, they did really well for Sidney not being in the movie. And I don't care what nobody says. This movie had top tier kills and chase scenes. This movie, obviously, it wasn't the intro to how brutal the franchise is. In my opinion, the fourth one is the intro to how brutal this was, especially when Charlie was chopping the fuck out of Olivia. Oh my gosh, he was fucking her up. Jesus Christ, I still think about that scene. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Scream 6 has to be one of the most the second best Scream movie in my opinion, and the most brutal. Jesus Christ, every kill in this movie was just something out of the ordinary crazy. Like, oh my god. Especially that fucking intro. Because the intro threw me off at first because he revealed himself. But Jesus Christ. I don't know what it is. Every kill in this movie, it just had some sort of deep hatred behind it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, you go to the end of the movies, you see the whole thing was, getting revenge for Richie. But in this movie, it just felt so aggressive with every fucking kill scene and chase scene as well. Like it truly felt like nobody was safe in this movie, obviously, except for Sam and Tara. But everybody was up for grabs in this movie. Real talk. I believe everybody in the cast was stabbed. Not one person was untouched. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, well, I think Sam's boyfriend, the Danny guy, he was probably the only person that didn't get hurt. Everybody in this movie was stabbed. If I'm not mistaken. Everybody in this movie was stabbed. I can't think of a character that wasn't physically hurt in this movie. But it obviously has a top 3 scene out of the whole franchise, the bodega scene, the shotgun shit. Now, when that trailer dropped, we like, holy shit, Ghostface got a gun now? Forget stabbing motherfuckers, chasing them around the house. This nigga shooting them. And then the fucking reload. Oh. Now I ain't gonna lie. The scene was cool, but it's unrealistic as fuck. Who the fuck is gonna tank a full shotty with one fucking hand? After that scene, I knew it was a cop. I knew it. No. You know how much force a shotgun have with one fucking hand, G? I mean, you gotta really grip that motherfucker tight with two hands. But this nigga fully tanked that bitch with one fucking hand? Oh my god! If that ain't cop energy, I don't know what is. Ain't no fucking random angry ass psychopath teenager gonna do that. There's just no way. So one of the killers being the cop, it was too obvious. Not gonna lie, it was way too obvious. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, every chase scene, every kill scene, including Gail's apartment scene. Oh my god, Quinn got her good. I thought Gail was done for. I was jumping up and shit. Quinn got her good. I thought Gail was done for. Real talk. I thought she was done. Man. And one thing, aside from every chase and kill scene in Scream 6, I would just love to know, how the fuck is Chad still breathing? This nigga got... I believe they stabbed this man at least more than 10 times. And they was taking turns. I mean, taking turns on this nigga, man. Pause. They was taking turns. Have you seen how he was getting done in Stab 5? And then Stab 6? I mean, I said Stab 5. I mean, Scream 5? And then Scream 6? Bro, how is there blood still flowing through your streams, man? How are you still breathing? That's where I go back to them being afraid to kill off main characters. I'll fuck with Chad's character heavy, but he should have died. There is no way the man is still breathing. There's just literally no way. How? I don't know. Yeah, they literally was just afraid to kill off anybody. Scream 6, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. That's just me, though. That's a perfect film to me. I don't care what nobody says, regardless if Sydney's in it or not. Now, we're all obviously going to point to the original. There's, number one, the original. There's nothing that can top, no Scream movie or any parody that can top this movie. I'm sorry. Everything about this film was just perfect. The cast is on point. The writing's on point. The story is on point. The plot, everything about the opening scene, probably one of the best opening scenes of all time, including in a horror franchise. Everything about this opening scene was just peak to me. I'm sorry. It was just peak. Now, let me see. The motive was clear. The intimidation was clear. Everything. The killer reveals were top tier. It was funny. Everything about this movie, the chase and kill scenes were good. Nothing, I honestly cannot say nothing bad about this movie. Everything about Scream 1 was just perfection. In my opinion, at least. Now, aside from the rankings, let me see, hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Let me see if I can. Scream that low. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Now I want to show some of the best scenes out of the whole franchise. Let's see. Now, obviously, we're going to go back to that original. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. No. Why are y'all staying on the phone? If you send something off, hang up and call the police. Why are y'all having a conversation with this man? Why? I don't know. But that's the highlight of Scream movies. The phone calls. They get good with promoting Scream one as well. But put it Drew Barrymore on the cover because everybody thought Drew Barrymore was gonna be the star of the movie aside from Neve Campbell being Sydney. They did it good with that. They did. Even hoes in the '90s was going. She got a whole boyfriend. She entertaining a fucking stranger on the call. Oh shit! I done fucked it up, chat. My bad. After that, I would have hung up. Ain't no goddamn way. She up there looking out the windows and shit. First of all, what's with all this open space? All these windows, you can just see straight up in the house. This ain't no this movie. Ain't no fucking way. I live in a big ass house like that with all them goddamn windows. Them motherfuckers would be covered. Hey, boy, I tell you. Why is your door? They're lucky it's a peak movie, but what she's doing is pissing me off. Why is your door not locked in the first place? You just leave that motherfucker unlocked. I don't get that. What?
You ain't gonna be able to drive tomorrow.
Why?
Because I got some stuff to do.
Like what?
You got some money? Ah, okay.
Mom. Capped her off just like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Look, I got to look at Billy's reveal and Cindy's chase scene. Yes, I've seen these thousands of times. I just want to review them again. Where is that? Obviously, Cindy's talking to the killer. Yada yada yada. And then skip the whole thing? What the fuck? That's some bullshit. Fuck that. Who gonna ignore that? Oh, let me see. I'm trying to go to at least one of the most interesting parts of this entire sequence. Get back at this. Yes, Stu was one of the killers, but you gotta think like, where the fuck is Stu during all this? So him being revealed was not as surprising as I thought it would be.